At the end of the 19th century, electricity was the new frontier, mysterious, dangerous, and full of possibility. And at the center of this revolution stood two extraordinary men, Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla. The rivalry, often called the War of Currents, did far more than create conflict. It pushed the boundaries of innovation and shaped the electrical world we live in today. The competition between Tesla and Edison was a powerful engine for progress. Edison, already a celebrated inventor, championed direct current, a system he believed was safe and reliable. Tesla, on the other hand, envisioned a world powered by alternating current, which could travel farther and more efficiently. Because each sought to prove the superiority of their system, both constantly refined their ideas, Edison improving his DC networks and Tesla perfecting his AC motors and transformers. The rivalry led directly to the breakthroughs such as the long-distance transmission of electricity, safer electrical systems, and the AC motors that still dominate today's power grids. The competition didn't simply speed up technological development, it reshaped the very infrastructure of modern civilization. Ambition fueled both men, but in very different ways. Edison was driven by commercial success and public recognition. He saw invention as a system: create, patent, and profit. His goal was not just to innovate, but to dominate the emerging electrical industry. His approach to invention was practical, systematic, and deeply tied to business strategy. Tesla's ambition was more idealistic. He was motivated by a desire to advance humanity rather than to accumulate wealth. His inventions often aimed at bold, sweeping change: wireless energy, mobile power transmission, and machines that could reshape society. His goals were visionary, but they didn't always fit within the business model of the time. These differences in ambition shaped how each approached technology. Edison perfected what the world was ready to buy, while Tesla built what the world wasn't ready to understand. Edison's genius was not just in invention, but in building systems that could be marketed and scaled. His DC network, though limited, was financially strategic and grounded in deliverable products. He understood investors, patents, and publicity. Tesla, meanwhile, often struggled financially. His AC system was ultimately superior, but many of his later projects, like wireless global energy, were too ambitious for investors to support. This contrast heavily influenced their legacies. Edison became an icon of American entrepreneurship, while Tesla was remembered as the brilliant but underappreciated visionary. Ironically, today, Tesla's ideas are celebrated more than ever, proving that long-term legacy sometimes outlives short-term success. The rivalry wasn't just technological, it was emotional. Edison faced immense pressure to protect his inventions, his company, and his reputation. His smear campaign against AC, including public electrocutions and involvement with the electric chair, showed how high the stakes felt for him. His identity as the Wizard of Menlo Park was on the line. Tesla's struggles were more internal. He dealt with obsessive tendencies, social isolation, and ultimately financial hardship. Watching others profit from his ideas took a difficult toll. He spent his later years overlooked, living alone in a hotel room far from the spotlight he once hoped to share. Both men paid a price for their innovation, not just in failures, but in their personal well-being. Edison's approach to failure was almost mechanical. Every failed attempt was simply one more step towards success. His persistence became a defining trait. Tesla viewed failure differently. For him, invention was a grand pursuit of truth. When he experienced setbacks, especially financial ones, he often internalized them deeply. Yet he remained committed to the purity of his ideas, even when success meant sacrificing personal gain. Together, they remind us that innovation requires both persistence and vision, that success can come in different forms, and that sometimes the world catches up to genius only long after the fact. History rewarded Edison with wealth, patents, and global recognition. His achievements in business were undeniably important, and he built industries that still matter today. Tesla's contributions, though financially less successful, redefined the very foundation of modern electrical engineering. His AC system became the global standard, and many of his ideas foreshadowed technologies we're still developing now. So, was their outcome fair? In terms of credit and financial reward, probably not. Tesla deserved far more recognition during his lifetime. But in terms of legacy, Tesla's ideas ultimately triumphed. Today, AC power runs nearly every corner of the modern world, a testament to the brilliance he brought to the battle. The rivalry between Tesla and Edison wasn't just a war of inventions, it was a clash of philosophies, ambitions, and personalities. The conflict gave birth to some of the most important technologies in human history and reminds us that innovation is shaped not only by genius but by the dreams and flaws of the people who dare to create it.